Today I'm showing y'all how I style my 4-year-old son's hair. This is his full hair routine from start to finish, from hair wash down all the way to the barbershop. So I'm going to be using Pattern Beauty, and I really love this line. Okay, this video is not sponsored yet, but just know I spend my own money on these. Okay, so this is what we're working with. All right. Jaxson is absolutely so goofy. He's just like me. But Jaxson has very tight hair. It is like maybe like 4A, 4B. And sometimes it dread up in the back. You know, it get real dry in the back. This is probably like maybe a little over a week and a half of not washing it. So first I'm gonna detangle. And I use the detangling nectar from Pattern Beauty. I really love this product because it is like so slippery, and it just gets in there and it softens all the tangles. I'm not that mama that's gonna fight with tangles, but it does have such like a silky texture to it. So Jaxson climbs up in his chair. We usually get his iPad and he watches his videos and his shows, and I get to detangling. I detangle to as much as he'll let me. I don't like hurt him like if it gets uncomfortable, so I try to be as gentle as possible. I had my Pattern Beauty detangling brush, but honestly when it comes to detangling Jackson's hair, I prefer a tangle teezer, which I couldn't find, but tangle teasers definitely like are really good for kids. So as y'all can see, as soon as I get back there, he likes squirming a little bit. You know, I try not to do too much. So I try to get my comb and just do as much as he'll let me, but I doubt he'll even, I try to hold it, like squeeze the knot so it doesn't like pull from his scalp, you know what I mean? But I try to finger detangle as much as possible. And a lot of that is just like rubbing the product in and like with the pads of my fingers, and then like rubbing it into the knot and then just pulling it apart, like very gently. If you piss them off too early, if you piss them off too early, like when they say stop, you gotta stop, because then you ain't gonna be able to go no further than that. Y'all peep how he made those two bottles kiss. That was really cute. Now I'm gonna shampoo with the cleansing shampoo. This is just a clarifying shampoo, and I love the shampoo for Jaxson at least twice a month, because the way his hair like try to like lock up, like product really gets caught up in those coils, and it can just cause a lot of buildup. So I like to clarify like once or twice a month, like once every 2 weeks. And so I lay my baby across the counter like how I did when I was little. And it's just really nostalgic for me. Like, I can't imagine washing his hair any other way. This is what my mama did to me, so this is the way it's got to get done. And usually the water like tickles him, but I put way too much shampoo. You do not need that much shampoo. Like, a little bit goes a long way with that clarifying shampoo. And then I rinse it off. It's always so goofy. It's always so ticklish to him. So even then, that might have been a little bit too much too. It's okay. I'm just a little heavy-handed. So I rinse that out. He hates when water gets in his ear, so I'll wipe that out. And now it's time for conditioner. This is the heavy conditioner from this line. They do have like, you know, lightweight, medium, I think, but y'all, this stuff is thick. I mean, like thicker than like sour cream. Like, it's thick, okay? But I like the thickness of it because it like, I don't know, I just feel like it just works. I like the way it feels. It almost feel like a mask. Like, it don't really feel like a regular conditioner. And so I just put this all in his hair, and then I set him up and I try to detangle as much as possible with like my tools And baby, when that don't work, I pull out the scissors. Okay, I'm not that mama that's gonna sit up there and try to fight with them knots. And I don't do tears and a whole bunch of screaming and hollering. Baby, I'm gonna cut it out. Okay, for real. And so snip, snip. All right, it'll grow back. And so after I'm done cutting all out, cut my knots all out, leaning back down, and rinse that conditioner out. Anybody else be interested in what their kids be watching on their iPad? Like, I'm looking over at that iPad like, what are you talking about? Sound kind of interesting. And usually I use a microfiber towel, but I couldn't find that neither, so regular towel it is. Y'all, I know I look rough, and I am, but trust me, like, my baby just used to it. Ripped off his towel. Okay, so now it is time for moisturizing, and I'm going to use Pattern Beauty's moisturizer. Girl, leave-in conditioner. I'm gonna use the leave-in conditioner. I just use a little bit of this. I don't know why this reminds me of, like, I don't know what the texture is like, but I just use a little bit of it because it feels like it can like bead up a little bit. So I just use a very little bit of it. And see, this is what I mean by, like, I'm rough, but I got my technique of how I like massage it into the hair. Okay, Jackson's not bothered. See, he's happy. And so now to style it, I just use the curl mousse. I love this mousse, y'all. I love it. I want 7 bottles of it. Pattern Beauty, if you're watching this video, can y'all please send me 7 bottles of this? Seriously, like, this stuff is so moisturizing. Like, all mousses are not created equally, okay? And you don't need a whole lot of it either. I use the same stuff on my hair as I use on Jack's hair, and I work it through his curls, right? So I like massage it in there, work it in there. Make sure I get it from like root to tip. And like as I do it, I like pull apart. See, he tired of me. I try to go and pull apart like from the root, so it's not like any of those tangles. I try to like pull them apart so the curls can form. So you can see I'm using this like springing motion with my hand, and the curls are starting to form. So to like lock it in almost like a gel, I'm gonna use the styling custard, and I really like this, y'all. It's real super moisturizing. But it's not oily, it's not greasy, but it's very moisturizing. So I just take a little bit of that and I apply that right on top of the foam wrap lotion or mousse, and I just massage that all in. And I know it's white, don't worry, as long as ain't no beads, we good. My poor baby. He really don't like nobody touching the back of that head. And so right here is how I like style the hair to make sure it's curly. I just ruffle the curls. I don't know how, I like spring the curls. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but that's how I get the curls to form. I almost use my hand like a sponge. And just like shake them. And then I wipe all that gel and product off his face. And he is still happy. And we love that. We love a wash day with no tears. And we are off to the barbershop. And so we pull up to the barbershop, and Jackson is super excited to get his hair cut. He loves getting his hair cut. There's an old head at the barbershop. Somebody uncle gave Jackson a high five. Jax got up in the chair, and I'm that like Jax does really good in the barbershop in the chair. But I'm definitely that. I'm a hoverer. You know what I'm saying? I need to see what you're doing to my baby hairline. And so I'm pretty sure he just gets a lineup and a taper. Don't, I ain't really got I don't know no good vocabulary for the barbershop. I ain't even really supposed to be in here for real, but I like to hold Jackson's hand. Well, he wants me to hold his hand while he gets his hair cut. And he does really good for the most part. And his barber's name is G. And it's so funny because, like, we got this, like, telepathy. Like, when he go to one side, I move to the other side. Like, But I got to watch G, though, because if you don't watch G be cutting off my baby eyebrows sometimes. And he be like, my bad, small head. Like, come on, man. And Jaxson got his first dollar while we was at the barbershop. I was like, oh my God. Nah, he just touching up the line. I love this little baby hair, little lineup situation. I think it's so cute. And Jaxson always checking himself out in the mirror. Now, when it comes to the back, Jaxson don't like nobody touching the back of his head. And so it's almost like Jax could sense it. Like, he like, hold my hand, Ma. He won't messing with it. He didn't like it. So I had to put him on my lap. I put him on my lap, and then look at his little dollar in his hand. I made a little game out of it. Every time he went, I went bloop, 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 bloop. And like, he was okay. He was okay. I think he just don't like the vibration on the back of his like neck for some reason. But yeah. And then he was done. And that is Jaxson's haircut. He loved to look at himself in the mirror and just wipe all that hair off of him. He loves to look at himself in the mirror. Look at that handsome man. Look at him. So yeah, y'all, that is Jaxson's entire hair routine. Let me know if you guys try these products on your baby. And let me know how it works out. Also, I think I want to do like a updated, like a how I keep it moisturized throughout the week. If you guys want to know how I do that, then just let me know. But yeah, here's before and after. See y'all on my next one. Peace out.